Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, for those that didn't know, I feel that if you're watching this on YouTube, then you most likely already know. But if you just strictly listen to my podcast and you've never taken the time to see who I am, I'm black. I feel that needs to be established. I'm African American, you know. It's something that I've been living with my whole life, you know. It feels good. It feels good, you know. You understand things a little bit better, and I want to explain those things because people will comment underneath my videos and they will get on me for how I talk. Or if it's like a reaction video and I'm reacting to black people, then they will get on them for how they talk. So just recently, actually not too long ago, and I ended up deleting the comment because I thought the comment was stupid. I'm like, fam, you're getting on a race for how they talk. Yeah, you got some black people out there that talk proper, you know, and they pronounce all of the letters in the word duh. But you got some black people out there where it's like we talk how we want to talk. That we feel comfortable talking the way that we talk and stuff. It shouldn't be an issue. You know, if you don't understand what I'm saying, then clarify that. But it's like, don't try to make it seem like that I'm in the wrong for the environment that I grew up in. If you grew up in that same environment, you will be talking the same exact way. It's so funny how, like, because you could think of that like quote and put it in any situation that if you grow up in a rich environment, you're gonna be rich, you're gonna have money, you're gonna, you know, have a lot of fancy things around you, unless you're one of those people that just save money and don't spend it on nothing. But for the most part, the rich community, you can tell that they're in a rich community, you know. It's like, and then it's funny because then there's at times like within that community, and then that's how you can tell that an individual, I got a text message, but anyways, but no, it's like that's you could just tell that individual is not fit for that community. And you don't really see too many times like when a rich person goes to a poor community. You most likely see when the poor goes to the rich community, but then they get looked at differently. And that's what I want to talk on, is that part of just looking at somebody differently because they don't fit in your community. For one, it's not your community, it's everybody's community. This is planet Earth, this is the world. Okay, it's like this world, it's so messed up that we live in a world though where people think, oh, because you're not fit for this community, you don't belong here, you don't. And I mean, fam, it seems like that's been probably going on since the beginning of times. And it's crazy to think along those lines. It's crazy to think that one day when I get really, really rich and I'm going to decide, you know what, I'm gonna buy me a nice fancy house somewhere, you know, I'm gonna get me a nice fancy car. And if it's like a community where primarily the people in that community are white, they're gonna look at me and be like, okay, he's a young man. Most likely he's dealing drugs and doing all this other stuff. And it's like, fam, okay, if you actually sat down and took the time to know who I am, then you would know that I am not one of those individuals. I don't even do drugs, okay? I don't even want to be involved. It's funny because there is a video game that I wanted to play where it's like a drug simulator and stuff. And I wanted to play it. I wanted to stream it. But I was like, I didn't even want to do that because I didn't want that to jeopardize my streaming career. A video game, bruh. I didn't want a video game that I play I play video games on a regular basis. I didn't want it to ruin my streaming career. I didn't want it to ruin my content creating career. So I'm saying, it's like, before you judge somebody based off of whatever it is that they're doing, it's like, take the time to know them. Take the time to see beyond their race, see beyond how they talk, see beyond how they dress, or, you know, how they act, whatever the situation is. Because I feel like, especially with content creating, I'm like, fam, I don't know how many times when people have seen my race before they actually seen me as an entertainer. And I love and appreciate those that see me as an entertainer and they don't like look at me like, oh, well, he's black, so this is what he's good for. He's gonna be doing this, he's gonna be doing that. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna be doing what I want to do. I'm like, that's the thing where I'm like, I'm not going to let you speak for whatever it is that I'm doing, whether it's content, whether it's something outside of content, whether it's my clothes, how I dress, shoes, any of that stuff, all right? whatever the thing is this, and that's something that I've always tried to tell people, and I think that's why when you see so many different videos on me and stuff, like if somebody were to come to me and tell me that they saw some video about me and they were saying this and this, I'm all like, well, how do they know that? Have they lived with me? Have they even lived next door? Have they even lived in the same community as me? No, they haven't. I feel like there's a lot of people, especially when it comes to the internet, where they don't know nothing, and then they think that they know something, then they try to make it seem like they want to make a video or make a tweet or do whatever they want to do. And it's like, fam, you're going based off of the short period of time that you know. And that's one thing where it's like, when I watch videos, I try not to judge. Like I try, like like for an example, if I'm watching a body cam video, I try my hardest not to judge. I more so try to give out advice when I am doing, if it's like those body cam videos that I react to, then I try to more so give out advice. But if it's like a movie trailer or whatever and things, it's like I'm just at a point in time in my life where it's like, what am I going to gain from judging? What am I going to gain from, like, if it's somebody out there that's actually doing wrong, then I'm like, okay, then, I feel like it's like a universal judging. It's more so a judging trying to help that person, but it's like, and that's the thing where it's like, I don't want people to get confused by that, because they're going to be trying to, like, that's going to be what their excuse is when they're like, they feel, and the thing is, like, people need to understand the difference between judging and hating. I'm like, my thing is this: if you're going out your way to conversate with somebody, but it's a conversation that person didn't even ask for in the first place, but you're trying to force this conversation about towards them, that's not judging. That's just flat out hating. I'm like, my thing is this: at the end of the day, if I give out advice, you have that choice on whether or not you want to take that advice and live with it, crumble it up, throw it away, whatever you want to do with that advice. You have that God-given right to do whatever you want to do with that advice. But I'm not going to try to force advice on you. My thing is this: if you come to me for advice, I'm going to be as respectful as I possibly can be, because the thing is this: I feel that, speaking for myself, I don't look at a person and judge. A person can come to me right now and they be all like, look, I'm a drug addict, I have an OnlyFans, you kick dogs for a living, whatever the situation is. But if they come to me, and that's something where I'm all like, I have so much respect for people when they do stuff like that, where all that stuff, they'll tell me whatever it is that they got going on. They get in a very vulnerable state, and I'm like, that's the perfect time to actually help them with something, is when they're in a vulnerable state. I'm not going to give them some advice that's going to steer them wrong. No, I'm going to give them some advice that's going to help them. So overall, what do I mean? Like, where am I getting at with this portion of the episode and stuff? Getting all the way back to what I was originally talking about, people trying to comment on how black people talk. Rather than attacking, I'm going to help. Why is that such an issue? It trips me out how it's like people, and the thing is this: it shouldn't be a disrespectful way of helping. I feel like people need to understand that you can go about helping somebody in the most respectful way possible. You don't have to say no things that's gonna, because it's funny how I remember back in 2016, when there was a particular YouTuber that I got into it with. He so-called claimed that he was trying to help me. But my thing is this: how would that make you feel, where it's like that same level of disrespect that I felt that I was taking? Imagine you take that same level of disrespect. Let's say on a scale from 1 to 10, this disrespect was like at a 7 or an 8. It's something that's going to be like, okay, it didn't get me to that point where I'm like, I'm mad at this person, but I can look at it and see that that's disrespectful. Now, you might not say that it's disrespectful, but other people are going to say that it's disrespectful, right? But so anyways, dude comes to my channel. He starts talking about my views and how I'm not getting enough, and all this trying to like, oh, I want to give you some advice, but you got to do something for me and all this other crap. And I'm like, fam, for one, I ain't got to do nothing for you. I'm like, I don't need nothing from you. Why are you even here in the first place? He got so mad. And it's funny because it's like, okay, you see that level of anger that you just got right now? Now, why is it okay for you to have that level of anger? Like, that's, and the funny thing is, like, that's how I know that he was angry. Because when a person talks in all caps, what does that usually mean? That means that they're yelling, all right? Or they want to yell, but they can't because they're behind a computer and they know that they can't yell. But this bro is in my comment sections typing in all caps, going off, and I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, well, if you hadn't started this conversation off disrespectfully, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Wouldn't have went down the route that is going down right now. So it's like, you gotta sit down and think about that. It's how you approach people. Now, my thing is this. If you approach people in a disrespectful manner, how do you think they're gonna respond to that? You know that it's disrespectful. That's one thing about it. It's like, people be trying to like play that, oh, I don't know. Like, they try to play dumb, you know? And it's like, fam, no. You ain't make it this far in life playing dumb and not knowing nothing, okay? So yeah, that's something where I'm like, no, you ain't made it this far, right? If you got the capability of putting your clothes on in the morning, putting your pajamas on at night, eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, going to your 9 to 5, coming back home, going on social media, scrolling for hours, looking at a bunch of different stuff, you know the difference between being respectful and being disrespectful. You did not make it this far. A kid, I can understand. A full-grown adult, no. There's no way possible, all right? So, if you go about something in a disrespectful way, how do you think that person's supposed to react? Because how would you overall react? It's like I said, if somebody approached you and they said something extremely disrespectful about your appearance, about your parents, about your significant other, about your pet, about your house, about your clothes, about your car, they said something that where you looked at it on a scale from 1 to 10, how is this going to affect you? How is this going to affect your future conversations with this person? If it's going to put a damper, if it's going to make this a conflict between the both parties, fam, I'm saying it's one of those things where, yeah, like I said, you're not going to be playing dumb in the middle of that. No, it's like, you're going to overall know, like, when you being disrespectful. So that's why I'm like, when they approach me and they start being disrespectful, just like the guy that back in 2016, it's all like, fam, I'm not going to want to be around you. I'm not going to want to be. So, again, going back to what I was originally talking about, this comment underneath my video and stuff. Why would I want to have any? That's why I deleted the comment, because I was all like, I'm not going to respond to that. There's no reason to respond to it. You're out here saying something disrespectful for what? You think you know so much about black people based off of 3 words that we said? And so that's what, it was either I said it or the person in the video said it, but they was all like, what? Hold on for a second. Let me find the tweet and things. But I think it was like, hold on for a second. Twitter is taking, I don't know why Twitter, every time when I do a podcast episode, I'm doing something, they want to take forever to like load up. And it's like, fam, just load up. I clicked the app, just load up. All right. So there was, I was like, there were so many different things that was running through my head, but I'm all like, yeah, I'm thinking and speaking as a black person in the environment and culture that I grew up in. All right. But so anyways, it was either me or it was the individual in the video where they said, why is you? And so like, they'll, so I guess for an example, they was like, why is you wearing that? Like, why is you doing that right now? And they were trying to get on my, like, the way, it was either I said it or I might have said it. It was because now thinking about it, I was like, because it was one of those body cam videos and stuff. So I probably said like, why is you carrying on like that? You know, what's the reason? What you got going on and stuff? Fam, that's how I talk. I'm like, it's something where I'm like, I feel comfortable talking that way. Why is that an issue with you? You ain't going, the thing is this, that's something where I never understood, is that people want to leave comments making it seem like that I'm going to change for you. Fam, I don't know you. This is the first and last time we ever gonna have an interaction unless you turn into some hater, but this is gonna probably be the first and last time we're gonna ever have an interaction with each other. It makes me think of the time I remember somebody they were being disrespectful to one of my friends, and it's a YouTuber that I react to on at one point in time I was frequently reacting to them, but now it's kind of like from time to time and stuff. But so anyways, friend of mine's, Ray Rahimi, she runs a channel called Hot Tea. But she does a lot of these like news related videos where she's talking on stuff, right? So anyways, if you watch her videos, then you know that she does her research. She's not taking sides. She's not, trying to make somebody look bad. She's literally reporting on some stuff. So the guy, I'm reacting to a lot of her videos. The guy comments underneath my video something like, why are you reacting to, okay, he didn't say, why is you, but you see what I'm saying? It's like, fam, that's just how I talk. But anyways, but he like, why are you reacting to a T channel. T channels are bad. They spread misinformation. And I'm thinking to myself, I do not care. Like, fam, what do you think I'm going to do with that information? You think, oh, all of a sudden now I'm going to stop being friends with this person. I'm going to stop supporting their channel based off of what you said? Okay, what you're talking about, I'm not seeing that on her channel. Now what? Now what are we supposed to do? Where do we go from here? See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, at times, I just think that people, all right, if you got something that, and it's that old saying, if you got something negative to say, don't say anything at all, okay? Keep whatever it is that you guys say to yourself, because I don't care, the world don't care, the only one that cares about that is you and other people that feel that way. But other than that, the whole world don't feel that way. So that's why I'm like, it really trips me out when people, they think that their opinion matters so much. And I'm like, fam, even there's been times where I've talked on my opinion. For an example, it's like, I'll talk on a video game that I don't like, right? Like, let's say, yeah, Ubisoft. I've read that company, they'll come out with good games, but how they go about those games is not really all that good. The thing is this though, I learned this when I was at a young age. There's a difference between facts and opinions, okay? A fact, yeah, that's something where you can go based off of where it's like, okay, so Ubisoft is known for their games to not reach $1 billion in sales or something, right? That's a fact. As an example, I really don't know whether or not I don't be paying attention to their sales like that and things. But yeah, let's just say, for an example, they're known for their video games not reaching $1 billion. Now, an opinion is me saying this is the worst company of all time. And yeah, I hate their video games. I'm speaking from emotions. My emotions aren't facts, and I think people, they need to understand that type of stuff. Your emotion is not a fact. That is your emotion. That is you being upset. That is you being mad. It shouldn't take some 27-year-old content creator to tell you some stuff like that. You should have learned that at a young age, whether you was in school or dealing with your family. Maybe even friends. I don't know. But I'm saying it's stuff like that where it's like, people, come on now. It trips me out with that when I do episodes like this where it's like I know I'm talking to adults, maybe some kids might be listening, but I'm saying, bruh, this should not be information that you're learning right now as an adult. I don't care how old you are. Like, that's some stuff where I'm like, nah, fam, you gotta go about life a little differently, all right? So. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you like and subscribe viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe viewing this on podcast streaming service. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.